as you live with your parent, either your father or your mother, you too have a position. And the position is that don't relent being a child. How you come into the house define the way you are behaving. Most of us, in our wildest dream, we think that being a stepchild in your father's house will make you more important than your stepmother. Who born dog? I married the woman because I needed a wife. I actually didn't bring the woman to the house to come and take care of you. So if you think that I will choose you above my wife, forget it. Because that's the mistakes we are doing in life. Most of us, one of the good things that we have learned to do is we have come to a point, the crossroads of our life, that we have chosen the boys, the girls that we brought into the marriage over the women we brought into the marriage as wives. I don't know what is wrong with you. I don't know what has come over you. But what I know is that in your struggling lifestyle, you needed a woman in your life, and you wanted a woman who will become nothing but a wife. A wife and a child are not the same. So as a stepchild, learning how to be a stepchild is one, identify your position as a stepchild. How did you come into the family? There was a discussion. You as a child, you don't know. There was a discussion. Your mother had you. Your father was not present. Your mother had been struggling with you for 10 years, for 15 years, for 20 years, for 5 years, for 12 years of your life. And that is how you have been living with your mother alone as a stepchild. When you were with your mother, there was nothing step about you. When you were with your mother, there was nothing called step. Because between you and your mother, there's no step. You slept on the same bed with your mother. Some of you, even at your age, your mother is in a hurry to go, so you bath with your mother. Some of you at your age, you and your mother, you walk in that single room together naked. Hear me. The life you have lived with your own mother, the life you have lived with your own father, it's not the same life you are going to live in my house when I marry your mother. Your life is not going to be the same in my house. The truth being told, I am not really interested in you. My interest is your mother. And the way I am going to treat your mother, it will cause your mother to enjoy you more. So being a stepchild, you are a step either to the man or a step to the woman. I want that thing established in your mind. You can be a stepchild to both. Hello there. You cannot be a stepchild to both the man and the woman in that house. You are only a stepchild to one side. So once you are brought into the marriage, a discussion went on. Your mother told your stepfather that I have 2 children. And out of these 2 children, I've been living with them since their father left. Whatever your mother foolishly told your stepfather about who your father is part of the way your father is going to treat you. Your stepfather is going to treat you in that house. So every day I tell you the once. When I say you don't get it, but I tell you once. When a man meets you, they want to marry you. Be careful the things you say about the man who impregnated you. Because the way you have stepchildren are in different ways. Maybe you got married fully and the man died. That could be one issue. Not maybe you even got married and the man died. Some of you, the man was genuinely in love with you and you saw the signs written on the wall. He was about to get married to you, and by chance or by mistake or by voluntary sexual intercourse, you gave in for penetration, and all of a sudden, pregnancy came. So you see, your mode of becoming pregnant will always follow the child. So as a matter of fact, the child you are carrying is a child that you have a story written about. So my child has a story. The story has been told to the man. So as you are coming into the marriage, usually when you meet men with children, the stories they tell you about their wives, majority of the things they say, They are just to bring you to have sympathy for their children. The same as the women. So I want to marry you, have 2 children. And the children have different fathers. Tell me that I have 2 children with different fathers. I buy into it. But the fact that you tell me I have 2 children with fathers, 2 different fathers, doesn't mean you are giving the gratitude and the ingratitude of the 2 men. And one man, I went to disco, and whilst we were dancing and singing, I thought it was just a joke. And we had a one-night stand, and after the one-night stand, that has been my life. It's not been well with me again. And looking for him was so difficult. It was just in 2008 that I don't know where God brought him from. He came back again into my life, and now he asked, what is that story for? What is that story for, my dear? Se wodi ukunu dada ho nkomo ana nkwala ne papa ho nkomo papa bi ana boni bi e de kire be ma oba be wale wa be ma ne nya obuo ne do ma nkwala ne hwe won se uka kire be ma ne mpo se nkwala ne papa no oyo defo oya ade pa bibia ko yie na wusumenti na ogya wa wale a eno so enko yie ma ho oyima de here ne say shut up. It is not important to give the rundown. Young man, you love me. Thank you so much for loving me. You want to marry me. I am not a single person. I have 2 children already. But I'm no more in connection with their father. But the children are connected fully with their father. This is a wisdom woman speaking who is a husband. I am re-emphasizing this because most of you have regretted marrying the man because the man is not doing what he promised to do with you, with the children. I don't need to have connection with my wife's daughter. The girl my wife brought into the marriage, she's enjoying my house because the mother is being a wife to me. I am not her father. I am not. I am not her father. She's the oldest girl in my house, but I am not the father. She is not my daughter. I can't adopt her without the father's rights. There are laws in the country. So look at this foolish man. Because you love your wife, he says, "Akwani papa no, onhwe ntese na ahwe ntino, ebe yanka fa odi ntu abofra no so. Mesira wo pa, se wo pa se wo ndome dia. Se wo ndome se na wo kan dia. Me maya wo ba o. Me would actually jaw me ni yo hwa abofra ma me o. Me do. Bibi happy bi amaya ma ho. For me may say what they are why and they cry on your shoulder and look at how you become Jimmy. It's okay, stop crying. I love you, stop crying. I will add my name to the child's name. And she'll become my daughter too. So you meet a girl in town, she's called Jifakote. Jifakote. Jifalamte. Yalu. Jifalamte. And you ask the child, why are you called Jifa and Lamte? And my father is Lamte. But so every time the child must force to tell people who she is. Don't make the mistake. How do you call the child Abebrese Lutrot? I said none of a party the Abebrese Quating. Peninti only be near to my friend. Yes, you must me and to Abebrese. So you see the child is growing with a new name. Not by documentary adoption. You understand? Because in adoption, your maiden name is still in your documentation. But here is the case by love. Your wife has cried on you. She has used everything, including her vagina, to push you to make a decision. When you are erected and they ask some things, you have nothing to do. So you must say, "Medo." And you want can mempo me nim say me abema say. Me say me ire dada na me bema sorry say na odi ne say abo ne tete. Wo de sorry say wo fe ho ma me feeli. De o pe nyina me ama o gwa si kwabla. De o pe nyina me ama o si kwabla. After singing that song, where is it today? Enya yo ba pe nyina na ye ma no. A man who does all that a woman in marriage needs, if you do it for the woman, you cause her to lose who she is. She will cause you to eat the forbidden fruit. It's not every request of a wife that must be granted. Hey, Ghana for Wefu. A man may feel page, you know so. Ombeko. Na ukompo amenja ekasa. Meka pa. Because there are some requests from wives that will cause you to become wicked in town. Bible says that Jezebel was a good woman, very beautiful, but she requested for the seal of the husband who was a king. Why? Because when they came and the husband didn't eat and was morose and quiet, he says, my king, what is wrong with you? He says, a young man in the other part of the village has a land that I needed the land. He has refused to give me the land. He said, my king, what is your problem? Eat for me, drink. Just give me a seal of your decree and I will settle you. The wife, he ordered the answer of the wife. And at the end of the day, the man became a murderer because of the wife. It's not all requests of wives that are granted. I said, don't tell your wife everything. Abraham became a child of God and God gave Abraham blessings because he didn't tell Sarah he was going to sacrifice Isaac. Your wife has become the CID of your life. And if they see that your weakness is sex, at every sexual intercourse they make a request. When you have come, you are just ejaculating. Wait. Say, hi. Tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. Whilst you are pushing hard, go hard. You love me. I love you too. I love you too. Jimmy, you got so you be ama. Onya hwe ya jeje wo so. E be wa ko ye. When they finish and they put their head in between your flat chest, you have no muzzle. When you macho, flat chest like my own, and they speak vertical. You see, when they finish like when they want to weaken you, they put their head on your chest. Even if their hair is smelly, you can't say it. And they speak vertical. Honey, I know you love me. And if you didn't love me by this time, we didn't know where I'll be. Forever I am yours. Take me and use me as you wish. Hey, young man, to him. Take me and